Welcome to Defeat Your Cravings, hosted by Dr. Glenn Livingston, PhD. Glenn has held his doctorate in psychology for more than 30 years and is also a former multi-million-dollar consultant to the big food industry and uses his experience to help you defeat your cravings. This show will help you to focus on dramatically reducing cravings and leave the diet mentality behind, so you can more easily and effortlessly achieve your health, fitness, and body composition goals. Please remember, no doctor-patient relationship is created via this show, and you are responsible for confirming any changes to your diet, health, or psychological routines with an appropriately licensed professional before implementing them. Now, before we get started, if you haven't yet downloaded the free smartphone app to access dozens of these recordings all in one place, as well as to avail yourself of a confidential community for support, motivation, and assistance, please visit the podcast link on defeatyourcravings.com as soon as possible. And now, here's your host, Dr. Glenn Livingston.
Hey, it's the very good Dr. Glenn Livingston, and I am here with a kind-hearted woman named Betsy, who has agreed to share her experience and strength and hope and confidence, along with her trials and tribulations and problems along the way, so you can learn from them. So why don't we start at the beginning? Tell me a little bit about your food story and how that changed.
I started my first diet when I was in second grade at 8 years old, and I've been on and off diets since then. So I'm going to be 50 years old in 2 weeks. So
Wow.
I know. So I would be normal, overweight. And then when I hit college, I got very overweight. And then I would go down in the summer. And I've been on this restrict binge my whole life. And then after I had my kids, I lost about 80 pounds through a paleo diet. But I would do it through restriction. And so I've kept off the majority, but there's been 20 pounds. I go up, down, up, down. And this past year, I decided I'm about to turn 50. I want to get control of this. So I had actually looked at your book before, and you had said you never eat chocolate again. I had stopped at that point. I'm like, no, I'm not ready. And then I had listened to you on another podcast, and I'm like, okay, I'm ready to do this again. And then I read the whole book. And then I understood the conditionals and that I didn't have to give up chocolate, which is so silly. It's such a small part of my life, but I had a good eating plan, but I just hadn't refined it. And then if I fell off the plan any bit, I would just go completely off until the next day. And then about 4 years ago, I developed some autoimmune diseases. I have Hashimoto's and Crohn's and leaky gut and a lot of food sensitivities. So I started on the autoimmune protocol, and that's very restrictive. And it was very hard if I ever ate something off plan. So I was having a very difficult time, and I started the intensive in September.
Can I stop you there for a second? What changed?
What changed was that I had tried so many different, very restrictive, extremely specific diets, and they never quite fit. There was always one or two things. I'm like, oh, I could do everything but this. And then I just didn't have the buy-in. So I always went back to my original plan. And then when I made my food plan, I'm like, I can do this. So I am on the autoimmune protocol, which I'm happy to be on, but I've added a few things in. I can have chocolate once a week. I don't ever eat gluten, but I can have a non-gluten grain once a week if I want to. Some weeks I don't even want to, but I can have it there. And just adding that in, and I can have cheese and nuts twice a week with a meal. And some weeks I don't want it, and some weeks I have it and it's there. And that has made all the difference in the world.
So just having permission to construct your own plan and create little safety valves with very specific boundaries made all the difference in the world for you?
It did.
That's terrific.
The other thing I put in there is no snacking. So I'd heard intermittent fasting was excellent. It would help me. And it just bombed. I did awfully on it. So I started eating a solid breakfast, solid lunch, solid dinner, and then I don't need to snack. I was restricting myself so much that it would come to evening and I would feel so weak that, oh my gosh, what's wrong with me? And there was nothing wrong with me. And I end up having a 15-hour fasting window because I'm done eating by 5 o'clock and then I won't eat breakfast again till 8. So I end up doing very well without restricting.
Gotcha. Wonderful.
When I started, my food problem was 86%. And then after a month, it was 29%. And my happiness score, I started at 26% also. And then in 4 weeks, it was 96%. It,
Wow. You're talking about the assessments we give you in the beginning. Your food obsession score was 86%,
yes,
and then it went down to 29%,
yes,
and your life satisfaction score went in reverse.
absolutely. And it was just tweaking little things. I didn't change the way I eat on a regular basis. So I was so worried about, am I going to get hungry? Am I going to need a snack? I would be worried on a trip. Do I have enough snacks? And so my coach is Catherine, and she's wonderful. So on our emails, I had an upcoming trip. My son is 6 hours away in college. So we were going to visit him. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm going to be so hungry. And then we had a plan that I could add in some extra snacks, but I actually ate meals. And so I didn't need a snack at all. I'm like, oh, this is amazing, because I would just not eat until I would get really hungry and then snack on nuts in the car. I ate breakfast on the road and I ate lunch, and then I didn't need a snack. I'm like, this is amazing.
You needed permission to listen to your gut and codify it. That's what you needed.
I did, yes.
What was it about the coaching program that helped? Like, how did that take you beyond what the book had done?
I didn't realize, because I was writing Catherine my RTRs every day, how much I was trying to restrict myself even once the program started. When I looked back, my whole first month, my RTRs were, oh, do I really want to eat breakfast? I'll probably do better if I don't eat breakfast. Nope, it's on my plan. I'm going to eat breakfast. It became every day. I'm like, now I eat my breakfast every day, and that just sets everything up for the day. And oftentimes by dinner time, I just have a very small dinner because I've had a solid breakfast, solid lunch. And I'm a special ed teacher. So I would come home, I would eat when I walked in the door. I'm like, I'm so hungry. I said, I will not eat when I walk in the door unless a meal is already prepared. Let's say it's staff meeting day and, it's late. And my husband's made dinner. And that changed everything. And so then I realized when I'm eating a meal, let's say it's 500 calories, I would eat so many more just snacking, just going to the cabinet, having a little thing here, a little thing there. It would be way more than a meal would be.
And so having more regular meals stabilized your blood sugar, brought your calories down, made you feel more confident. Did your weight start to come along?
Yes, I'm 20 pounds less than I was last year, but I'm about 10 pounds less than when I started. And when we had done our original thing with Catherine, I had done my weight. I'm at a range where I'm very happy. And I said, if I don't lose any more, I'm happy. I just want to see where I'll stable out at, because I exercise every day. I'm happy with what I eat, and it is slowly going down. So this has never happened before, because I've always done restrict, go down, and then I have a binge, and then I go back, restrict. So I've never let myself just have these nice meals where I'm satisfied. And so I am slowly going down.
I'm so happy.
Me
I'm so
too.
happy. Is there anything about the intensive that surprised you that you want people to know about? Maybe people who were scared of it?
It's much more effective than I realized it would be. And for me, I don't go out to eat. I'll eat leftovers in the house, things that I should probably just throw away, but I'm like, oh no, I'll eat those. I'll finish those off. So I realized that I'm worth it. The money to spend on this is worth it.
I'm so happy. I'm glad.
And your compassion just shows through. I've listened to so many of your podcasts, and it just helps me so much that I thought I was the only person with all these problems. I'm like, all kinds of people. I'm so thankful to everyone in my intensive who shared their vulnerabilities and problems and were so brave to talk to you. When I would listen to everything, I'm like, oh, I know this person, and it's like, I know who they are now. And I'm so thankful for them for sharing their problems and listening to your responses, because I've learned so much from that.
It takes away the squeal that every overeater seems to have, that we're different, we're unusual, we're particularly defective, we should be ashamed. And when you hear all these other people whose pigs sound pretty much like yours does, and whose shame is pretty much like yours, and you realize that there aren't any overeating prisons, and Glenn isn't shaming any of these people, and overeating isn't a crime. We're a bunch of nice people who had our healthy appetites corrupted by industry for a profit, and we're working our way out. And it's not as hard as you think if you don't hide from it and you go through practical step by step.
Yes.
Is there anything I should have asked you that I didn't ask you?
No, I'm just really excited to do this. And the habits are everything. When you talked about reinforcing habits. So in the evening, if I'm feeling snacky, I'm like, nope, if I eat something, I'm going to be more hungry tomorrow. So I'm not going to do it. And then the next day I'm like, oh, it's amazing. I'm not hungry.
It gets easier and easier. When you say it was worth the money, I mean, it's about $600 now if you pay in installments or $500 if you pay in full. And I can't promise it'll stay there forever, but that's where it is now. What do you mean that it's worth the money? Is it because you save money on binge food? Is it because of what it did for your life? What do you mean it's worth the money?
The mental obsession that I don't have anymore is so worth it. I would wake up every morning and be like, okay, today I'm going to be better. I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to snack. I was just so worried about it all the time. And now I just wake up, I go to work, and I'm walking around, I'm like, oh, I'm in my clothes that I'm happy with. I'm not looking for that place in the future. I'm there.
I love it. Is there anything I can help you with?
No, thank you so much.
You really just needed permission and you needed to even things out a little bit. I think that's terrific.
I did.
Just keep going. Just keep doing what you're doing.
Thank you.
Okay, it gets easier and easier. I will talk to you in the groups then.
Okay.
Okay, be well.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
And that brings us to the end of today's broadcast of Defeat Your Cravings, hosted by Dr. Glenn Livingston. Now, if you'd like to find out more about the products and services Dr. Glenn offers to help you dramatically reduce your cravings and stop overeating in 90 days or less, please visit defeatyourcravingscoaching.com. That's defeatyourcravingscoaching.com. Thanks.